Hey guys, just on a Sunday here today, or this evening, I've been thinking about going outside all day long to make some baits and just got lazy. But the wife just flipped on Survivor, so I thought, well, I'll bust it out of the shop for an hour. Got some firewood a minute ago and graduated to a cane, so we'll walk outside. I got a bucket full of baits there. We'll put those away. We'll go see if we can make some purple baits, and also I'm going to pour some tails in purple and probably some bodies in like a pearl. Not sure we'll get that totally done tonight, but we'll give it a whirl. So thanks for joining. We'll see you in the shop. I'm going to wander and go grab me a little Mr. Buddy heater. About 30 degrees outside right now, so no sense being too cold. Fire this mother up. Not much ice fishing going on for me this year, but hopefully that'll change here shortly. There we go. Alrighty. Okay guys, so I got a little bit of plastisol here, and I've been slowly rotating it the last few days and trying to get it mixed up better. We'll take all this old stuff off this cup here and get her poured in there. Sometimes I'll take my 5-gallon buckets and mix them up in these little 2-liter bottles, or put them in these 2-liter bottles pre-mixed, and makes life good. Oh well. So we'll put that in the microwave, get her stirred up, and I'll get these molds cleared out, and we'll do what we're gonna do. Start with 4 minutes there. What I'm going to be using is this MF flavor. It's violet grape, and it's a changeable, so it looks kind of like different lights make it look different depths and colors, kind of like changeable dyes. They're real pretty. Got a few different ones that are changeable, motor oil, and a strawberry. I've got a strawberry that's really good. People really like that one. But anyhow, we'll do that. Okay, so the molds I'm going to be using tonight for the purple are these little gillies, 1.5-inch gillies, which I really have liked. I need to stock up my inventory. And these are the 2-inch gillies. Also, Gina's going to kill me on this one, but I like salmon eggs in different colors. It's getting close to springtime and those guys are going to be buying them, so we'll make these in grape. And she's really going to kill me on this. This is my 2-inch Tiny Dancer, and it's a disc shaker from Epic Molds, and I've got some tail molds here. So we're going to shoot these tails in purple, and like I said, we're going to do them in kind of a white body. We'll do 10 packages of those, and because I've got enough to do 100 tails, so we'll shoot these twice. Shoot these once, these tails, and then we'll shoot the bodies twice. The tail molds have 20 tails, The body molds have 10. And I'll go grab the white that we're going to use for the bodies. So I've been looking at this color for a little while. It's just been sitting on my shelves here. I kind of like it. I think it'll tie in really nice with that purple. And yeah, sir. Nice and shiny. Nice tube molds. Probably ought to be fishing those, but we'll just melt them down and make something else out of them. Need to get an electric meat grinder one of these days. To grind this stuff up. In the meantime, scissors will have to do. Yeah, like I say, I've been kind of hurting today a little bit and couldn't bring myself to come out and do what I wanted to do. But once Gina decided she was going to take over the remote, thought I'd better take advantage of that and come and do what I wanted to do all day. And that's good because I kind of changed my plan. I wasn't thinking about this white with the purple. I was actually thinking about doing the strawberry today. But that's kind of boring because I've already got plenty of those made up. So I'll stir this real quick. Starting to thicken up a little bit. Not much though, still pretty runny. Once you get it to a certain temperature, it'll start to clear up, and then we'll add our color. Give it another 3 minutes. Yeah, those are good tubes for catching lake trout. But we might not have any ice this year anyway, so what the heck. I heard they had to cancel the Burbot Bash down in Green River, Wyoming, Utah this year. No ice hardly that's worth a dang. I mean, there's going to be a little ice just in coves and stuff, but nothing that Uncle Sam wants the public walking on water for, I guess. Which is too bad because that's a good revenue stream for those towns and bait makers. But I'm sure the fish are fine with it. How about I share a scripture with you since it's Sunday? I think it's Corinthians chapter 2. Eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. That's been a scripture that's been on my mind lately. Just gratitude. I'm grateful for the opportunity I have to live in a day where I can take care of my ailments and get this hip replaced. I'm looking forward to starting the next venture in life with new body parts. So it's going to be a good year. Let's see how we're doing here. Give it a little stir. I'm going to put in a little bit of our heat stabilizer. Keeps the plastic from burning and also keeps the colors consistent. So I just was looking at my molds and just sold 4 bags of these this evening. Those were these little whip wads, 1.7 inch. And I thought, well, let's replenish those. So got a couple of those molds and we'll make those like 4 times. baits. Oh, you know what? Let me show you one of my tricks of my trade here. So this stuff sits there and it gets all it kind of settles out and separates, and a lot of your heavies go to the bottom and solidify. So let's show you this. I 3D printed this. I think I've shown you before on these videos, but it's my pride and joy, man. I gotta show you again. Got my hacksaw there. I'll grab a battery. And you just throw that in there. Life is good. Put a little purple in there. I should have probably cooked it a little longer, because it's still plenty thick. That's okay. Yeah, buddy. So we will put it in under the heat a little bit more and see if we need to add some more color. It's looking pretty good though. I like it. I kind of like leaving this changeable stuff a little bit transparent so it can do its job. Still looks pretty thick, but that was just the top. Okay. We should be getting close. Got this little mold here that'll kind of help us to see what it's going to look like. Just a little kind of a fake bait. I can already tell it's just fine. Just fine. We'll just stick with this and call it good. It's gonna be just fine. I'm gonna give it another minute and we'll shoot them. Yeah, like I say, even though it's a little translucent, I don't care. It's gonna be just fine. When it's thin, you'll see right through it, but as it gets thicker, it'll show more of the purple. I already like what I see. You know what I will do, guys? I'm gonna run a rag through this because we can. We'll just push a rag through there and grab some of that extra plastic. Just like cleaning your deer rifle. Not perfect, but we're not going to worry about it. Okay. Let's get to shooting. This is our egg and a tail mold. And we got some more tail molds. Got our whip wads and our gillies. Let's do it. I think I'll shoot the gillies first right here in the whip wads, and then we'll hit the egg and the tails. Yeah, 347. I want to get it up to 350, so I'm sure it's good enough for who it's for. Boy, that is a good looking color. Don't want to push too hard on these because they will flash, because I don't have the top mold on them, or top clamp. Oh no, ran out of plastic. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. Ran out of plastic. Should be okay. Yeah, that last one ran out of plastic, boys. Pretty sure we didn't even get it. Oh well. Okay. We'll cut off the excess here, pull these and see what we see. Pretty sure that one didn't even shoot. Yeah, I'll strip the gloves here. So this is the 1.5" gilly. Ooh, pretty, pretty. So you can see why I want to make more of those, because they're definitely going to sell. And they just look good. Put them up on the board. They just look good, and I've been thinking about them all day, so better get her done. 2" gillies. Same thing, just a little bigger profile. And I'm not sure if you can see how that color changes with different lights, but looks really good in the water and in the sunlight. And we'll show you the whip wad. Wish I had more of these molds, because they're just a great little minnow bait. The tail on them's incredible. I really like that. Like I say, where it's thicker, you're gonna get a little more purple look, and then the tail's pretty much transparent. Gorgeous. That shoots 12 at a time. You gotta love it, baby. That was worth coming out for me. Okay, so let's look at this one that we didn't think turned out, and it didn't. So we'll pour it again. But this one did. This is a 0.25" salmon egg. I like this size because it's true to life. You go catch a salmon, this is a lot of the very similar size as what you're gonna see in nature. Yep, good call. Gino won't think so, but I think so. Man, those are good looking. And I'm not gonna open all these tails. In fact, I'm gonna put this one back in there after we look at it, just because I don't want them to hang weird and lose their shape. But we will be putting those on these in just a few. Okay, so let's hit those other molds a few more times. So we have a few more baits. This will be good. I can go to bed tonight and feel like I didn't totally procrastinate. So thank you guys. You're half the battle. You are my greatest American heroes. Okay, so okay guys, so I'm gonna call it. It's 10:21. Go back inside and we'll hit this in the morning and go chill for a little bit on the couch before bed. So we'll see you in the mañana. Okay guys, next day, just pulling these purples that we just did, heating up the white in the microwave. We'll get those laminates poured, not laminates, but we'll get those two colors poured. And we'll get the bodies poured in white. I'm going to add a little pearl pigment to them, and that should pop. So we'll get to work. Just got an Etsy sale, so I thought, well, I better go out and finish what we were doing yesterday. It's amazing how this stuff melts down. That was completely full and it's halfway full now. Okay, so I want to add some more of this pearl here. Now that my plastic's melted, it really does a good job. We'll just take and shove that all underneath the liquid. Give it another few minutes. It's cold enough out here today in the shop that it's not even registering. It says LLL. Okay, so I'm going to load these up for Gina. So we have room to hang our white ones. She always likes it when I separate them out good. So we'll start with the eggs. Okay, we're almost there. I'm going to add a little bit of purple flake just to tie it in with those tails a little bit, just a smidge. Just a smidge. It's got a little bit of flake in it now, but it wasn't the purple that I was looking for. That'll tie it in. Make it pop. Do some straight purple here. Don't want to put too much in and have it bleed and darken up the whole project, but yeah, it's nice. Okay, and since we're going on to those tails and we're going to want them to attach really well, I'm going to get this plastic heated up a little hotter than normal. It's 342. I'm going to go into like the 350s, 360, just so when it meets that purple plastic, it welds it really good. Yeah, why not? We'll put a little bit of that into that Pearl X powder. Okay, should be getting closer here. Hold a good amount of pressure on them for just a jiffy. Okay. I threw an extra worm on. New bait. I'll show you here in a minute. It's called a tapeworm. Well, you can tell the injectors are cold. Cools that plastic right down. Yeah, you can see that pearl color. Real nice. Got just a hint of purple in the flake. So we'll get that taken off and see what we see. Okay, drum roll. 2-inch Tiny Dancer, 2-inch disc shaker from Epic. Yeah, I like it. Those are nice. And I do like that. Just a few specks of purple in every bait. It just really makes it seem like it was meant to be. Because it was. I don't think Gina's going to be too thrilled, but I like it. Like I say, I bought these molds from a guy. He sold them to me cheap enough I had to just buy them all. We'll strip these others and get the tails put in and call it. Appreciate you guys joining me today. Oh yeah, I like those. Something different. We could have possibly put the purple a little darker, but it's 8. It's 8. Like a basketball player in Baltimore. It's 8. It be 8. Yeah, I think those are definitely worth spending some time and putting the other tails in while we got daylight. That's a nice little bait. Vertical jigging, you can't hardly beat it with that tail. That tail's got that flat disc on it. It just catches the water. Dances nicely. That's why I call it a Tiny Dancer after the Elton John song. Okay, so now here's a 2-inch gilly in that pearl. See what it looked like. Had a little bit of purple in there, but okay. Oh, that might be the 1.5 inches. That's 1.5 inches. This doesn't pull out of the molds quite as easy. That's okay. Had a little bit of purple in the sprue. Didn't affect the baits. Well, that might be the 2-inch. Let's see here. Yeah, 2-inch, okay. I didn't realize that was a 12 cavity mold. I was thinking it was a 10 cavity mold. So yeah, so this mold is a 1.5, and it must be 16 cavity then? Yeah, 16 cavity. Little smaller offering. I think the trout are gonna dig that through the ice, and the smallmouth will dig it in the summer. The whipwad ought to look really good in this particular genre. You can see that purple and the green flake just kind of hanging out. Oh, if you're ever gonna match the hatch, that would do it. On a little minnow. Little minnow. Wowza. Got one more of these whipwads. Then I'm going to show you this tapeworm. It's a 4.5. On my Etsy, I'm calling it a 4. Just because when it lays in the mold, it's 4 inches. Okay. This is going to be a fun little bait. See the tail on that? Nice and flat. It's got a little void in there that's going to disturb the water pretty good. And boy, it really makes that pearl pop. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it, and I'll get these other ones finished off the clock. And I appreciate you joining me. I have been bored to tears recovering from this surgery. So it's been good to get out in the shop sometimes just to keep my mental health. Still have a pulse. So to keep my mental health pulse ticking. So thanks again, and we will catch you on the next one. Got a crazy video coming up. I just got a Honda CR-V for my son-in-law. They just moved out of the country for a few years, and I have a crazy idea. I've already ripped the seats out of it. It's got a little picnic table in there, but I'm gonna take and cut a hole down here in this tire spot. We're gonna put a catch cover in there and a bed, and we're gonna be able to ice fish out of that. Hopefully we can set the hook without breaking our rod tip. Stay tuned. And I had a little bit of hot plastic left on the last pour. No sense letting it go to waste. So I did some 1.5-inch craws. And some 2-inch craws. It's a nice color, especially for a shellfish.